Today we're going to have a look at the Cannery over in Roseberry, and the only reason looking at it is I went for a ride down Dunning Avenue and blundered into this place, and I've been up and down Dunning Avenue, I don't know, half a dozen times and missed it every time apart from this time on Saturday when I happened to blunder into it from a back street. What it is, it's this kind of industrial, or used to be an industrial place, I guess, warehouses, factories or something, and they've scrubbed it up and filled it up with lots of very flash, very fancy brands. And yes, it really is quite flash, and they've got some amazing looking stuff inside, food, drink, all that kind of thing. Interesting thing about the Whole Foods place that I went into. Why is it that 90% of their product is actually packaged food and processed food rather than whole foods? Because I'd class Whole Foods as, fruit and veggies and meat and milk and cheese and stuff, not processed stuff in packets. Anyway, aside from that, if you want to go there for a feed, it just looks fantastic. Whether you want burgers or whatever, or Greek street food. Anyway, all quite good. In terms of finding it, you just go down Dunning Avenue and look out for it. That's really the main thing, which is what I've failed to do. And what I did find is there's like a coffee shop on the corner here I didn't go to, but I went into this car park out the back, and I only went into this section here. I didn't go into this one either. So, I need to go back and have a look, but let's go and have a look at the ride there. I'm not going to cover off how to actually get to Dunning Avenue. I've done some previous videos on that, which I'll try and dig out and link to. Just some challenges along the way. A couple of people along the way parking across the ramps. Bloody annoying. This is, that was just me getting the number plate. And of course, here was another one when I actually got to Dunning Avenue. Now, it's a Saturday and, what the hell, there's their number plate. There was a passenger in the car just sitting there. So I tapped on the window, said, please don't park there. Now, what I wish the council would do with these bike lanes is put some green paint along there to actually show you where to go. And that's quite important in some of these places like here, where that seems to be the route to take, not going off to your right there to get back on the road. Now, I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, well, it shows the green paint is required to show you where to go. So that's where I'd continue it to say, get off the path and get over here to get back on the bike lane. Now, why was that important? Well, when I came up to this corner, that's where I should have gone, up there, I actually missed it. I was concentrating on trying to stay alive and not get doored, etc. Completely missed the off-ramp. So that's why I think it'll be good to put down more green paint as a guide, not just as a way to warn you that, there's crossings, etc. Now, I was just stopping here to have a look at the terrible parking of some of these vehicles where they were parked, on the curbing. And I think the reason why this bloke was parked on the curb is when I came up along beside him, he's on his phone. So he probably parked while he's on his phone. Okay, here's the Cannery. And I've managed to ride past here numerous times without noticing all that signage there. And I think the reason is because I was just completely focused on this narrow lane, trying not to be doored, looking out for cars, pulling out from driveways like that car up ahead. And, other minor risks like, oh my God, pedestrians just stepping out without looking. So, that's my excuse for never finding the Cannery before. But anyway, here it is. It's pretty easy to find. Now, just out of sheer curiosity, I went around the corner at the end of Dunning Avenue to see where it went. This is a kind of a shared path. It's like a 10-kilometre-hour footpath which you can ride on. It is marked as such, but it's not real great. And I really didn't know. Well, the reason I went down here is I had no idea what was down there. Was there something worth finding? And I couldn't find anything. So I turned left into a street and came down here and I thought, this is an interesting looking street with vegetation down the middle, etc. Not a bad template for some of the stuff around Canada Bay, I think, where there's wide streets where they could be narrowed by putting some trees or shrubbery or gardens down the centre. Bit of a park over on the left. And then as I came around here, I thought, oh, car park. What's this place? And in I came to have a look. And you can just duck through the boom gates if you're on a bike. You don't have to worry about parking and all that other rubbish. And, there's quite a bit of bike parking over here. And as you can see, there was quite a bit of bike parking there. even a dog tied up to look over the bikes. Anyway, that's the Cannery. That's Dunning Avenue. Don't know if that's of any interest or not, but I do think it's worth popping down there and having a look.